Can the Reliant Kore be your new daily driver? Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to give a tour of the ship. We're going to do a combat test. And then maybe we can loot some cargo to see how the cargo hold performs. But first, let's take a look at the ship. For my Reliant Kore, I did modify it just a little bit. I replaced the one turret with 2 weapons. So in total, this thing has about 6 weapons. A pretty decent firepower. If we go to the back here, it also has a ramp. It has a pretty old system, so we will need to get pretty close to the ramp to open it. But inside, you can fit about 6 ACUs, so pretty decent. You can see there's a little button to close it at least. So not too difficult to close, but you can fit a pretty decent size box in here. If you go up here, there is all of your accesses. I don't believe this thing has components at the moment, but maybe in the future they'll update it. Here is the cockpit, pretty decent, super visible. Let's get in the cockpit seat. I did customize my build a little bit here and there to completely max out my power. You can see my capacitor is 63 shots per weapon, so pretty decent. It is a long wingspan though, so you might have conversion issues maybe just because it's so far apart, but hopefully you can stay far enough to land all your shots. We'll definitely test it in combat here, but a pretty decent little ship. I think it's very underrated. I have bought a couple of these and thought they had a lot of firepower. So let's go test this thing out in a bit of combat. With the Reliant Kore, or all of the Reliants, you can actually left alt and press K to switch modes. You can see my wingspan will switch, so you can choose what you like, but I just prefer the regular mode where it's nice and flat. For my mission here, I'm just going to do ambush up. This is an ambush mission. Should be pretty decent. We're going to go up against a free launcher here. So let's go see what our damage can do. But at our mission location here, I'm just going to wait in the cloud for our ship to arrive. Our target is finally here. Let's see what we can do against this free launcher. There should be a supporting ship as well. So far, the ship flies very good. I have no problem flying this ship, super maneuverable. I can easily navigate where I want to go. So pretty decent. Let's see if we can take out this thing. Hopefully there's a little bit of cargo here and there. Seems like there's a lot of missiles coming in as well. So far pretty decent. Lots of firepower, 6 weapons. So not too bad for us. We run out of capacitor pretty quickly though. It's not the best capacitor, but we do have 6 weapons. So understandable, I guess. Plus we're a light cargo ship. Freelancer is already red. Just gonna pepper it so I don't instant it. There we go. We have another target here that's on us. Let's see what it might be. Seems like it might be a saber. Quickly deal with it. So far the weapons seem fine. No problem with convergence.
Thanks for sorting that out for us. Transferring good credits now. See you next time.
Go nice and flat. I definitely running out of ammo pretty quickly. There we go. We've got our ship. Let's scan the freelancer just to see what we have. Seems like there's another ship here though. Origin ship as well. The first time there's actually 3 ships in a mission. Usually there's only 2. Maybe another mission spawned. We'll see. But I do want to scan the freelancer for cargo. Maybe it has something and then we can test the cargo bay. Otherwise I'll take another mission just to see what the cargo feels like. Now let's take a look at the freelancer. If you manage to scan it, it's a little bit weird that all of your displays is up here. Something to get used to. But you can see here the freelancer doesn't have any cargo. So what I'm going to do is take another mission and then destroy the ship to see what we can do with the cargo bay. For our next contract here, we're going to do an Argo raft just to get some cargo to test out the cargo bay. Let's quickly head over to our mission location. Here we go. We are at our location. I'm just going to wait for our targets. Our Argo raft is finally here, but there's also a bunch of little targets. You can see there's a hawk and a terrapin. So I'm going to go for the hawk first here, just to make sure we can deal with all of them. I'm on top of the hawk here. Almost got the shields down. The view of the Reliant is very decent. The only thing is the panel at the top is a little bit weird sometimes. I would prefer it to be at the bottom, but it's probably the design of the ship. You can't really do much with it. Should have it pretty soon. Wasn't too difficult. Just struggling to keep my eyes on it. There we go. Now let's take a look at the terrapin. Here we go. We're on top of the terrapin. Let's see if we can quickly shred it. Shouldn't be too difficult. The thing is pretty big. Plus there's not a lot of weapons on the raft and the terrapin, so we should be pretty safe. It's just a lot of HP that we need to chew through. You can see the terrapin is finally getting red. Didn't take too long. At least we've got a lot of weapons. It does take quite a while for these ships to die usually. We got the terrapin. Next up is the raft. Here is the raft. I can already see some cargo on it. But let's destroy it quickly. Not too difficult. Doesn't have the best weapons, right? Can't really defend itself. I'm just going to try and stick to it. And kill it here and there. Very easy to stick close to this thing with the Reliant. We're way more maneuverable. Not too difficult. Obviously, we don't have the biggest cargo hold, so we might not be able to take all the cargo though. There we go. Let's give it a scan. So for cargo, we're doing pretty good here. We've got about 30 SEUs of gold. It's the main thing that's valuable here. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to put it all on the ship since we have only 6 SEUs. But hopefully there's a couple of small boxes and I'll see what I can squeeze in. Here's a 24 SEU box. I'm pretty sure this won't fit, but let's give it a shot. It definitely won't fit through the hole. It looks like it can, but as soon as you get it a little bit too close, it will start hitting the sides. So definitely you can't fit 2 high box in here. It will need to be only 1 high. Let's see if we can find anything else here. Here we got a 4 SEU box. This is a bit more manageable for the ship, I believe. You can see it barely fits. There's no way we would be able to get in a bigger box like this. So let's see if we can get another one. Here is a 2 SEU box of gold, but we can't snap it to the grid just because we've got the 4 in there. Let me see if I can just force it in here. There we go. We still got some space here to maneuver and get to our cockpit. Unfortunately, we don't have a second door, so we can't really add more cargo without getting locked out. I'm just going to go to Grim Hex here to sell. Here we go. I'm at Grim Hex. I'm going to land and unload everything. Our cargo here did manage to make it, so it does stay put even though it's not on grid. This ship is definitely a unique little ship. It's way different than other starters, and it also looks quite unique. Very decent if you want something a little bit different. I also think the firepower super good and the maneuverability is pretty decent as well. Overall, I do think this is a very good little ship. A little bit underrated if you ask me. But I'm going to send the cargo down here. Then we can go to the admin's office to see how much we made with our 6 SEUs of gold. Here we go. We're at the office. Let's sell everything and make a little bit of money here and there. For our 6 SEUs of gold, we make about 35,000. Overall, I think the Reliant Kore is a super decent little ship. It's a starter ship, so you can't do much with it, but it has decent firepower, super nice maneuverability, plus you can instantly claim it without having to wait, which saves you a lot of time as a daily driver. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing, and if you want to see my loadout for the ship, then you can watch this video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.